Welcome to another session of math tutoring with Miss Martin. Today we will be exploring Module 2, Lesson 3 of the Engage New York curriculum for 5th grade. And in Lesson 3, students are expected to write and understand math expressions or sentences using a visual model. And so before we get going too far, we need to review that math expressions, especially with multiplication, are done in ways that show properties of addition and multiplication in math. And so the communicative property states that it doesn't matter the order that you communicate the factors, you will always get the same answer. So an example of this is 8 times 3 is 24. 3 times 8 is 24, and therefore 8 times 3 is the same thing as 3 times 8. In the associative property, it states that it doesn't matter how you associate or group the factors. Your answer will always be the same. So in this example, we have the numbers 2 times 3 grouped with parentheses, because remember, parentheses group numbers that are supposed to be handled first. 2 times 3 times 5 is 30, but if we group the 3 and the 5, 2 times 3 times 5 is 30. In the first equation, 2 times 3 is 6, and 6 times 5 is 30. In the second equation, 3 times 5 is 15, and 15 times 2 is 30. Therefore, 2 times 3 times 5 is the same as saying 2 times 3 times 5. In the distributive property of multiplication and addition, it doesn't matter how you distribute or multiply out the factors. So in this case, 5 times 2 plus 3 equals 25, because you would, in this case, since the parentheses are round 2 and 3, you would want to add those two numbers together to get 5, and then multiply that answer to get 5 again, 25. However, if you put the 5 times the 2 and the 5 times the 3, and you add those amounts together, you still get 25, because 5 times 2 is 10, and 5 times 3 is 15. Therefore, 10 plus 15 is 25. This is the distributive property of multiplication. So when we start to talk about writing and understanding mathematical expressions or sentences using a visual model, it's important to remember those 3 types of properties that help us communicate mathematically. So in this case, we're going to model a problem 6 times the difference between 60 and 56. And so if we are finding 6 times, oh hey, it's written right there, the difference between 60 and 56, well, the word difference means that we have to figure out how much is different in between. So we would need to take 60 minus 56. However, in order to show that this needs to be done first, we have to group these numbers with parentheses. Some of the students may remember the acronym, Please Excuse My Dear Aunt Sally. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and then subtraction. Order of operations. So if we are going to solve 6 times the difference between 60 and 56, we may need to draw a model. So we are going to take 1, 2, 3. Now we can kind of skip a few in between. 58, 59, 60, because I don't have enough space to draw 60, so students may also use this kind of model. And we want to take away 56 of those pieces. That means that we would have to take away all the digits all the way up to 56. 1, 2, 3, 4 digits are left. So the difference between 60 and 56 is 4. Now we can figure that out with a basic subtraction problem, or we can use the model. So now if we are having 6 sets of 4, this could be treated, again, as a basic multiplication problem, or you can choose to draw a model. 6 times 4 is 24. And there you have your answer.